Hi, everybody. I thought I would teach you a little bit about a strategy that I was reading about on one of my favorite blogs, which is Digital Marketer. And it's a strategy for giving people a choice in the marketing process. And why by giving them a choice, what you're going to be doing is allowing them to be more engaged, and the quality of the leads that you're going to get are going to be much higher, and the conversion rate, because the quality of the lead is higher, the conversion and sales rate is going to improve as well. So it's a very simple little strategy, and I thought I'd discuss it with you today. You can see behind me, I've got it on the board, so I'm going to be up and show you a little bit of that. But I thought I'd start with telling you really the basis for the strategy. And one of the things I learned when my son was very young was how to get your child to bed. And I learned this from somebody, I really can't remember who taught me, but it was a case of, well, what question are you going to give or phrase so that you can get your child to go to bed? Instead of saying, my son is Kyle, but instead of me saying, Kyle, it's time for bed, let's go to bed, and him going, no. Because what I've done is I've created, in his mind, I've created the idea that the option is yes or no, because I've asked the open-ended question, do you want to go to bed or let's go to bed? And the child feels the power that they've got then is to say yes or no. So someone told me early on, listen, stop giving them that option. Take that option away almost from them. So empower them to make a choice, but give them a choice that you really want them to make. So it's a simple thing like, would you like to go to bed and have a story, or would you like to just go to bed? And straight away, what you've done is you've given them an option to say, yes, they want to go to bed with a story. And I know it sounds odd, and it's a very subtle shift that you make with your child when you do this. They get the power back, but at the same time, you're subtly leading them down a path that you would like them to take. And really, what I'm going to teach you today is a very similar process for you to use when you are trying to get leads into your business, is to give them an option, but make sure it's an option you'd like them to take. So I'm going to go up here and talk from here. This is really the strategy over here. So what it means is it's about running YouTube adverts. And if there we are, sorry, you're going to have me moving around. If you've never run YouTube ads, it's really worth finding out about them. They are very effective. And they usually, they can either run before another video gets played, or when someone's searching on YouTube, if they can come up on Google. There's all sorts of ways that you can run YouTube ads, but these would be in what I think they're called inline ads. So it means they're played before somebody else's video. So they're very short. And so you run an ad, you've got this video advert, and you could share this video advert on social as well. So in other words, you can, once it's on YouTube, you can then share it across social. But you've got this advert, and what you're going to do in this advert is you're going to teach someone something very useful. It's not an advert to say, just buy something from me. You're actually going to give someone a lesson. And so in other words, you're going to add value immediately, and you're going to engage your audience immediately. And at the end of the video, YouTube's got this beautiful thing that a lot of people don't actually use, and it's called end screens. And it gives you the option to add call to actions at the end of your video. And they're little boxes, and you can put call to actions in those boxes. So in those boxes, you're going to put an option A or an option B that people can press on. And when they press on that link, it's going to take them to another video. It's going to take them to a landing page, whatever it is that you want them, where you'd like them to go. But immediately up front, you're going to qualify people in their journey. Once I've run through the process, what I'm going to do is give you a couple of examples. So once they select A or they select B, they're then taken on to a full lesson. And that lesson is going to be depending on whether they've picked A or B. So if they've picked A, we've got a specific lesson. If they've picked B, we've got another lesson. So, and then from there, you can take them onto a landing page where you can make them an offer. So what's happened now is you've segmented your audience and you've pre-qualified your audience. And also they're very engaged and they are much easier to market to. And you can make them an offer that's specific to their requirements. And that's why it really works so well. So the decision as well is shifted from, should I click? Yes or no. So in other words, should I go to bed? Yes or no. It's click. What they've done is they've got to make a decision based on the 2 questions that you're going to ask there for them to answer. Are they this or are they that? It also gives them control of their own journey. So it feels like they're in control of it, their own destiny. They still feel like they've got the power. And that's really important. We all like to feel that we're in control of the content that we're going to read. So make people feel that they're in control. And of course, you're getting a micro commitment from people. So they're choosing something, and it is a little commitment, but it is a form of engagement and it is a form of commitment because we don't really click on things if we don't feel curious or wonder what the next step is. We just glance away from it. And you're segmenting and gathering fantastic data. So you can start seeing, well, does audience A respond better than audience B? Are they cheaper for me to get? Do they provide me with better quality leads? You could do the headlines work on both of those. So in other words, there's lots of data that you can start to gather here, and you segmenting your audience up front, which is really important. And your remarketing. So in other words, if somebody doesn't watch the videos, there's a thing called remarketing. It's when your videos appear to people when next they're online. Your remarketing can be absolutely spot on, because if I've picked A and A describes me and the actions because you've really thought about A and B, I can then get sent information that pertains to problems that pain points that I am likely to suffer in my business. So let me run you through a few examples here. I was trying to think of different companies that we deal with and what kind of examples we could give you that would make a lot of sense. So the first thing I thought about is perhaps you're a manufacturing company, an engineering company that manufactures a particular product. And you run an advert, and the advert says how to use our piece of technology to get a better performance for and some sort of equipment. So a better performance for your industrial pump. Use this piece of equipment. And you teach them exactly what to do and how it improves the performance. And at the end of that, what you can then do is you've got your little end screens in your video, and the end screens could be A, we already use your product. B, we've never used your product. Or it could be, we are from the food industry. I am from the food industry. Or I am from the agricultural industry. So in other words, depending on your market segments, of course, you would know your audience at this stage, and you would know who this would be targeted at. So you can see straight away if they've said, well, we're from the food industry. So they've then decided, they've picked A, I'm from the food industry. You're going to send them to a video that talks about the food industry. So now you're going to give them a lesson on something around the food industry and the pumps that are used in the food industry and how your piece of equipment can actually help the performance of their specific pumps. In other words, if they pick the other audience and vice versa, then you take them to an offer, and the offer would be pertinent to them as an industry. So it could be, a free demonstration, come to an event, whatever it is. So the call to action and the landing page where you're asking people to become a lead, that's something you need to think about as well. So that's one example. That's an engineering company. Now, if you were something like a business coach or a leadership coach, and you're dealing with different market sectors. So your first advert could be, here's a method we use to develop a strategy for our clients in 10 minutes, a marketing strategy for our clients in 10 minutes. And you could actually, or 5 minutes, and you could show them this video and they could watch the video. And then you could say select A or B, and A might be, we are a new business and we don't have a strategy at all. Or B, we are a business we're over 5 years old. We have a strategy, but it doesn't seem to be working. Can you see how this segments the audience really well? The next lesson would be then, because they've maybe got a strategy in place, but it doesn't really work, you could teach them something about building a really good strategy. And at the end of it, of course, you can make the offer that they could work with you to build a good strategy. And A would be they've never done anything like this. So you give them a starter lesson on exactly how to start building a strategy. And again, at the end, you could make them an offer and maybe they could come to an event, buy a book from you, or subscribe to your YouTube channel. That's really up to you. So you could build a long-term relationship with them. And the final one, I thought, oh, well, you know, someone like us, I mean, we're a digital agency, and often what we would be asking is, do you get a lot of leads? Do you need leads? Do you need more leads in your business, or do you need more sales in your business? And then we could segment our audience like that. So I'm hoping that this has been helpful, and it's something for you to think about. What I'm going to show you, what I'm going to do in the comments is I'm going to leave a link for a video made, I think, by Ian from Raises Social. And Ian's done a really good video on showing you how to set up these end screens so that you can create these call to actions on your YouTube videos. So go ahead and do that and let me know how you get on, and wishing you the best. If you need any help with your digital strategy, certainly give me a call or follow our chat or subscribe to our channel, because we try and put up videos sort of once or twice a week around strategy and around ways to bring new audiences into your business. Speak to you soon. Bye, everybody.